Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to look at how to draw some artwork from the Inca civilization. So there's the example that I made here. We can tell that it is Inca because of the headdress here, the almond-shaped eyes, and the very large earrings or ear lobes that you see here. It's also done in kind of a geometric style. So this is the one I'm going to show you how to recreate. However, you can create your own style. So you're going to start off with your blank piece of paper and you're going to be using a pencil. I'm going to start sort of in the center, kind of the lower part of the center. That way I have room up top for the headpiece. I'm going to create this curved line, and then it's going to point down almost like a triangle. Notice it does curve though. And this is going to be kind of my center line. Then off the sides here, I'm going to do a little cross right here. It's going to help me set up my face later. Now I'm going to come off these, where these two lines intersect, and kind of come up, and they make almost a triangle shape. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And now I'm going to take this center line that I created and kind of come straight up, and that's going to help me find the center for this beginning of this headpiece. I'm curving and just connecting these lines now. Great. Now I'm going to kind of find the center between here, make a little mark, find the center between here, make a little mark, and I'm going to curve out on both sides, and I'm going to keep it parallel with the end here and the end here. And curve and curve, and again I'm going to find the center point here. This line is really helping me make sure that my piece is symmetrical. And then I'm curving. Now again, come all the way up here, and I'm going to find about the center point as well. So from here to here, I'm going to find about the center point. And then here to here, I'm going to find about the center point. I'm going to come off, kind of at a diagonal. Same thing here. And I'm going to curve my line. Notice how everything's stemming from the center here. Now from here, where this curve is, that's going to be the start of my circle. And I'm going to make this a circle like this. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side here. Now I can go ahead and I'm going to erase the lines that I just made where that circle was. I'm going to erase that line. So what I'm left with is this outer edge here. And off of this circle, right here, I'm going to create another circle. And it's going to be fairly large. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. There. Now, off the bottom here, I'm going to create some designs, almost like earrings. They're not earrings, though. These are the ears or the earrings. Because the Incas wore very large earpieces, and they actually gauged their ears, so they stretched all the way down to almost their shoulders. So what I'm creating here is going to be the extension of the headpiece. So in this little section here, I'm going to create a triangle. And I'm going to curve the bottom of that triangle. And then notice how I'm taking my pencil and I'm kind of eyeballing where the other one should end up being as well. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Now I'm going to go off these top circles here and curve, and I'm going to connect them to this piece. And again, everything's kind of curving and at an angle. Okay, now I can set up my face. So I have this, these lines here that set up the face. This part is where the nose is going to be. But first, let's set up the eyes. So for the eyes, I'm creating 2 football shapes. And notice I'm kind of drawing a line with my pencil to figure out the height of each eye to make sure that they are the same. And then I'm going to draw another curved line for the eyelid. And now I can set up where my nose is going to be. So my nose is going to have 2 lines that come off the eyes here. Down here is a curve. And then we have kind of part of a circle and another part of a circle. And they will connect here. Now these are going to come up around the eye here. For where the eyebrows are going to be, and then we'll put another little curve and they connect. So here are my eyebrows. And then for my lips, I'm creating another football shape or a leaf shape, however you want to describe it. And then we're going to put a line in the middle, and that line is going to curve down like that. Now let's do some designing. So in these earring sections, I'm just going to create bigger and bigger circles. On the headpiece, I'm going to create some curves. Notice these aren't very tricky designs, but adding just the simplest designs really make your piece stand out. And I'll do another circle here. And now in this headpiece, I can go ahead and erase these lines here. And I'm going to create what looks kind of like a heart. An upside down heart, of course. And some circles off of that. Notice I'm running with the theme of circles here, which is fine. And now I can design the section up here. So I'm going to put kind of a triangle here and curve the bottom of it. I'm also going to curve the top so this piece is not so sharp looking. I'm going to curve and curve up. And do the same thing one more time here. And these sides, I'm just going to do a couple of little curved lines. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's a little bit more symmetrical here. Now if I want to, I can add some designs on the face here. So I'm not going to do anything too overwhelming because I don't want it to take away from the rest of the design. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And now what I can do is, now that I've got the design, I can go ahead and outline it with my Sharpie. And you want to take your time. To get straight lines with your Sharpie, it's nice to take your Sharpie and pull it. And if you mess something up, you can always just fill it in with Sharpie so it looks like your design is colored in black. So you can see here I messed up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill that in. So it's a little bit black, and then I can do the same thing on the other side. And now it looks like it's part of the design. Okay. Now what I would recommend is, since you have a lot of, or at least I do, have a lot of extra space on the sides, creating some sort of border would really help your project stand out. So you can use a ruler and create your border and create some really interesting designs inside. So I'm going to do something really simple. And on the sides, it's a little bit off. Oops, because you couldn't see that very well. But then I would go ahead and on the inside, you know, make some designs. You should measure this for sure. But any kind of geometric design would look really neat inside here. And notice I'm not doing anything too complicated. But any kind of design or any kind of border that helps break up your space really makes it more interesting. Then what I would do is go ahead and erase all of my pencil marks so it's nice and clean. And then I would add color. If you're wondering what colors to use, think about your color theories. So in the example that I created here, I used analogous colors. And analogous colors are colors that are beside each other on the color wheel. So I used yellow, yellow greens, blues, and blue greens. So those colors are all beside each other on the color wheel. And that makes the piece look kind of calming and relaxing. If you want your pieces to stand out, you could use complementary colors, or you could use a set of primary colors, or warm colors, or cool colors. You can really come up with any kind of design that you think of, any kind of color theories that you want. If you have any questions, feel free to rewatch the video or email me with any questions.